What up, guys? Welcome to Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. A first look at Kraven the Hunter shows how the iconic Marvel villain was influenced by his father. Sony Pictures Entertainment released the trailer on Wednesday, which opens with the panorama of a snowy landscape and a man's voice saying, "My son, we are hunters, the greatest the world has ever known." That voice belongs to Kraven's father, Nikolai Karnanov, played by Russell Crowe, and it echoes through clips. The teaser shows Kraven, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who acquires a reputation for brutality as he kills multiple people. One man says, "You're on his list, there's only one way out." The film also stars Ariana DeBose, Fred Helshinger, Alessandro Nivola, and Christopher Abbott. Crowe recently starred in The Pope's Exorcist, while Taylor Johnson will appear on The Fall Guy, which airs August 30th on Peacock. Kraven the Hunter premieres in December. A new trailer for The Front Room shows a woman fight back against an evil mother-in-law. The trailer opens with the expected mother, Belinda, played by Brandy, speaking to her husband. "Everything is a mess. Work. This house still isn't right. What are we going to do, Norman?" The answer seems to arrive when Belinda's mother-in-law, played by Katherine Hunter, offers them a large sum of money. Norman, played by Andrew Burlap, has a bad feeling about the situation. He says, "If she comes to the house, we're going to be her disciples." She thinks that the Holy Spirit possesses her and gives her power. Still, the mother-in-law manages to find her way into the couple's home, and Belinda soon realizes that the woman is attempting to replace her. The Front Room is the most recent film from A24, the studio behind Maxine and Everything Everywhere All at Once. The horror movie was inspired by a Suzanne Hill short story, and it lands in theaters September 6th. A new trailer for Lee showcases how the Vogue war correspondent fought to take the photographs that depicted the horrors of World War II. The biopic, which premieres September 27, stars Kate Winslet as a one-time model, Elizabeth Lee Miller. Miller says in the teaser, released by Roadside Attractions on Wednesday, "Europe was at war and I felt useless." She combats that feeling by marching into the London Vogue office, insisting that her place is behind the camera and not in front of it. An official synopsis reads, already a renowned photographer, Lee gains a job completing assignments for British Vogue, but is shocked by the restrictions placed on female photographers. As Hitler's regime takes over Europe, Lee grows increasingly frustrated that her work is constrained by patriarchal rules. Determined to where the action is, she defiantly pushes against the establishment, and with the blessing of her friend and editor, Audrey Withers, played by Andrea Riseborough, Lee overcomes enormous obstacles to get herself to the front line of World War II. The trailer shows her taking photographs in the midst of an attack and capturing images of women and children. She also appears before the camera for a shot in Adolf Hitler's bathtub the same day Hitler committed suicide. She says, "Even when I wanted to look away, I knew I couldn't. There are different kinds of wounds, not just the ones you can see." Lionsgate released a new clip from The Crowe on Wednesday. The film opens August 23rd. In the clip, Eric Draven, played by Bill Skarsgard, enters an opera house during a performance. He fends off an army of armed guards in suits. Since Eric is already back from the dead, their bullets don't kill him. Eric emits dark black liquid instead of blood, a contrast with the blood that pours from the security guards. The film follows Eric as he seeks to avenge both himself and his soulmate Shelley, played by FKA Twigs. Rupert Sanders directed the latest adaptation of James O'Barr's comic. The first movie adaptation of The Crow came out in 1994. Brandon Lee, who played Eric in the film, was killed on set in 1993 when a prop gun discharged a cartilage. 3 sequels and a TV series followed the 1994 film. Shelby Van Pelt's debut novel, Remarkably Bright Creatures, is getting a movie adaptation starring Sally Field. The story chronicles Tova Sullivan's journey of grief and her nighttime aquarium work. She is navigating the death of her husband and still reeling over her son's disappearance decades ago. The official synopsis reads, from the book, as she works, Tova becomes acquainted with a curmudgeonly Marcellus, a giant Pacific octopus living in an aquarium. Marcellus knows more than anyone can imagine, but wouldn't dream of lifting one of his 8 tentacles for his human captors until he forms an unlikely friendship with Tova. That unlikely bond yields the answers Tova has been seeking, and the book has sold some 2 million copies. Field has 2 Academy Awards and 3 Emmys to her name, and she previously appeared in Forrest Gump, Steel Magnolias, Mrs. Doubtfire, and most recently, 80 for Brady. She's a 2019 Kennedy Center honoree. Olivia Newman, who previously adapted Where the Crawdad Sings, directs. The movie will stream on Netflix, but no premiere date has been given yet. FX will release its first installment of American Sports Story, which takes a look at the late football star Aaron Hernandez. The segment was inspired by Gladiator Aaron Hernandez and Football Inc., a podcast that tracks the star's downfall, from the bright lights of the Super Bowl to a convicted murderer in a few years. Hernandez died by suicide in 2017. Hernandez, who's portrayed by Josh Rivera, says in the trailer, "You don't know the kind of thoughts I have. It's like a demon. What if God made me this way?" The teaser shows Hernandez getting into fights, slowly becoming angrier and angrier as the 2-minute clip progresses. In addition to Rivera, Jalen Barron, Lindsay Mendez, Ann Castellanos, and Tammy Blanchard also star. The new show drops on FX and Hulu on September 17th. Amazon is gearing up for the release of The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power Season 2. Prime Video showed a final trailer for the season Wednesday featuring Charlie Vickers as Sauron. The Ring of Powers takes place thousands of years before the events of the Lord of the Rings book trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. The show is set in Second Age of Middle-earth and follows an ensemble cast of characters as they confront the long-feared reemergence of evil. In Season 2, Sauron, played by Vickers, has returned and, quote, must now rely on his own cunning to build his strength and oversee the creation of the Rings of Power, which will allow him to bind all the peoples of Middle-earth of his sinister will. The trailer shows Gadriel, played by Mordefreet Clark, and others to take on Sauron, who lays siege to the 11th Kingdom of Eregion. Markella Kavanaugh, Roberto Almamello, Benjamin Walker, Ismael Cruz Cordova, Charles Edwards, Daniel Wayman, Owen Arthur, Lloyd Owen, and Maximum Baldry also star, with Roy Kinnear joining the cast as Tom Bombadil. The Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2 will have a 3-episode premiere August 29th on Prime Video. The show's Season 2 soundtrack will release August 23rd ahead of the premiere. Peacock has renewed The Traitors for 4th and 5th season. The show, hosted by Alan Cumming, is a thrilling psychological adventure where reality show favorites navigate deceit and strategy to win a prize fund of up to $250,000. The Emmy Award-winning series is set in the mysterious Scottish Highlands. The second season of The Traitors received 4 Emmy Award nominations, including Outstanding Reality Competition Program and Outstanding Directing for Reality Series. Cumming is also nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Host for a Reality Competition Program. In addition to Emmy nominations, The Traitors has won several awards. It received 4 Critics' Choice Real TV Awards, including Best Competition Series and Best Ensemble Cast in an Unscripted Series. Cumming was recognized as Best Show Host and Male Star of the Year. The series also received an Outstanding Achievement in Reality Awards at the TCA Awards. The Traitors Season 2 was the #1 unscripted series in the U.S. across all streaming platforms during its launch week, according to the Nielsen ratings. The first season won an Emmy for Outstanding Casting for a Reality Program. Mid-Century Modern, a series about gay friends navigating their golden years, was picked up by Hulu. The streamer announced it ordered the new comedy, which was created by Max Muchnick and David Cohen, the minds behind Will and Grace. The show follows the nearly retired Bunny, played by Nathan Lane, who lives with his mother Sybil, played by Linda Lavin, the good-hearted ex-Mormon Frank Jerry, played by Matt Bomer, and the fashionable author, played by Nathan Lee Graham. The series takes place in Palm Springs after the trio experiences an unexpected death, according to the synopsis. Bomer told People, there are some nods to not only Golden Girls, but some other characters from past shows, which I grew up loving. So it's sort of a hybrid, but I would definitely say it is a spiritual cousin. Lane and Bomer joined Muchnick, Cohan, Ryan Murphy, and James Burrows as the show's executive producers. A premiere date has not yet been released. Wally Amos, the man in the straw hat who created and grew the Famous Amos cookie brand into a baked goods empire, has died at the age of 88. Amos died Tuesday at his home in Honolulu due to complications of dementia. His children, Sean and Sarah Amos, told the New York Times. Amos is also survived by his children, Gregory and Michael, and his wife of 45 years, Christine Harris Amos. Wallace Amos was born in Tallahassee in 1936 and grew up with his aunt in New York City's Harlem. He served in the Air Force between 1954 and 1957 after dropping out of high school. Amos, who completed his GED, worked his way up from the mailroom at William Morris Agency in Los Angeles, where he became the industry's first black talent agent. He went on to become the head of the agency's rock and roll department and signed Simon and Garfunkel. Amos often baked his Aunt Della's chocolate chip cookie recipe as a hobby to relieve stress while working at William Morris, according to his son Sean, who wrote Cookies and Milk. Amos told the New York Times in 1975, I did go to meetings with the record company and movie people and bring along some cookies, and pretty soon everybody was asking for them. After launching his first Famous Amos store in Los Angeles with help from celebrity investors Marvin Gaye and Helen Reddy, who donated $25,000. The Famous Amos Cookie Company sold $300,000 of the homemade and preserve-free product package with the image of Wally Amos in a Panama hat and a burl cotton shirt. In its first year, it was making $12 million 7 years later. Packaged Famous Amos cookies could be found in grocery stores and Famous Amos cookies stores across the country. Wally Amos appeared on the cover of Time magazine and made guest appearances on TV sitcoms like The Jeffersons, Taxi, and The Office before encountering financial trouble. In 1988, he sold the company, which has changed hands multiple times and is now owned by the Ferrero Group. In 1992, Amos launched Wally Amos Presents Hazelnut Cookies and was sued for trademark infringement for using his own name and image. Amos says, I was stupid, plain and simple. I sold the company and didn't realize I had sold my future along with it. He told the New York Times in 1999, I lost the company really because I didn't use to listen to people a lot because I was Famous Amos. The first couple of years after I left Famous Amos, I didn't even make cookies anymore, and I used to always make cookies at home. I didn't even want to talk about chocolate chip cookies, really. Amos added, I shaved my beard and stopped wearing hats. While Amos lost the rights to use his name and image, he later sold baked goods under other names, including Uncle Naomi, Uncle Wally's Muffins Company, and the Cookie Kahuna, which eventually failed. Amos opened Uncle Wally's Muffin Company in Hawaii, and in 2017 launched a GoFundMe to say he was struggling to pay for food and rent. A year later, Amos paid homage to the aunt who got him started with Aunt Delia's Cookies in Columbus, South Carolina. Amos told Charlotte magazine in 2018, this is my last company, I can tell you that's for sure. Put that on my tombstone. He died starting one last cookie company. During his lifetime, Amos wrote a number of books about his experience, including Man with No Name and The Famous Amos Story, the face that launched chocolate 1,000 chips. He also served as the national spokesman for Literacy Volunteers of America. Amos was 88. And finally, Thai singer and rapper Rosalia is teasing her new single and music video with Spanish music star Rosalia. As a matter of fact, it was the Thai singer and rapper Lisa. teasing her new single and music video with Spanish music star Rosalia. Lisa, a member of the K-pop group Blackpink, released a preview Wednesday of her new video for the song New Woman featuring Rosalia. The New Woman teaser shows Lisa sport both platinum blonde and black hair as she hangs out with Rosalia. The clip ends with a shot of Lisa and Rosalia dressed in all white and black, respectfully, as they pose in a way that evokes a yin-yang. Lisa and Rosalia will release New Woman and the full music video on Friday. Lisa had announced the collaboration last week. New Woman will be Lisa's second single of 2024 following Rockstar. The singer will make her festival debut as a solo artist at the Global Citizens Festival in September. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.